Welcome back, Arcanist Armory fans, to episode 13. Given the lucky number of this episode, we are hoping to keep it short, since our party does not need an added dose of bad luck. But in the meantime, they have returned the amulet to the blacksmith. And, Zena, please stop. Okay, so the the party has returned the medallion. SD turns to the blacksmith's son and says, "I'm so sorry, I found this and I didn't know it was yours. But we're happy to get it back to you."
Sorry, I found this and I didn't know it was yours.
Thank you, Alexa, our new party member, apparently.
Should be fine now.
Someone cast. Tamira has cast silence on Alexa.
It was quite effective.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we will. The blacksmith has been promised that aid will be arriving in a few days for him, and now SD turns back to the party and says, "So what are you doing in town then?"
Tamira?
She brought me here. Why did it come down? We were just exploring and we heard of... Did we hear the monster fight? Say that.
Probably.
We heard of the terrible fight and we came to see what became of it and if they still needed aid.
It's very noble of you.
Yep. We try. That's us.
I've noticed that your party carries quite a bit of magic on you.
We do?
As you travel, you tend to pick up items here and there.
I do that all the time.
I can tell from your imp in a bag.
Yeah,
Well, he picks up things all the time too. But
It's not an ordinary object you find.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Nice tankard you have there.
Yeah.
She's rather attached to it.
I can see that. I'm glad it made its way back to you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
Out of your mouth.
Okay, the crash has been resolved.
Anyway.
So, you have a nice spell book there.
Indeed I do.
I'm not what you'd call a wizard, but I am trained a little bit in ritual casting. Do you happen to know any? I'd be willing to trade what I know for you.
I do as well. Well, first of all, out of game. Are we still at the blacksmith or have we left?
We're still at the blacksmith.
Good to know.
You're just probably helping him make the sword at this point while you're having this conversation.
Okay. All right then. Yeah. What rituals do you know?
Well, I can detect magic. I'm not super good at it. Whatever magic is closest to me glows really brightly, and it gets really distracting.
I can imagine. I'm sure you glow fairly well.
Yeah, for whatever reason, once I put something inside my bag or I'm wearing it, I don't notice quite as much. But
That's good.
and I was able to find Reginald. And oh yes, I learned a good shot trick from a guy that was passing through. He taught me how to look dead.
Intriguing.
Yes. It,
I've only almost been dead.
huh.
Anyway.
If I wasn't there with you, I would have blamed Ivan.
It wasn't Ivan's fault. Stupid cultists.
What do you know?
I know comprehend languages, illusionary script, tiny hut. Some good ones.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Speaking of illusionary script.
So, it'd probably take a day or two, but I'm happy to sit down with you and work it out so that we can teach each other what we know.
Fair. I mean, there's not much else to do in town right now.
So, does anyone else have anything that they want to work on before Tamira and
Well, we're
SD?
gonna probably go back to the church just because we know it's safe.
Relatively.
Duration is 10 days. Cool. We'll need to do some stuff in town though.
Mm-hmm. What things is this Tamira saying it or the party saying it?
Tamira saying it.
Okay. Need to do anything today or?
Out of character, I need to set up illusionary scripts in town for the new blacksmith. So
what does illusionary scripts do?
she read on a parchment paper or some other writing material and imbue it with illusion that lasts for 10 days.
To keep track of the cost.
I know.
It's 10 gold each time.
Oh, I can't do it then. It's like, oh well.
Is there a problem?
It's just a bit short on money. Getting out of that tent. Drained my pocketbook for the month.
Oh, how much do you need?
10
10
gold.
Oh, 10
Sorry.
gold. Hey Reginald. We need some finances.
I could have asked, dang it.
Reginald, for the bag, issues forth 10 gold pieces and 5 silver. And so, thank you, Reginald, and hands you the 10 gold pieces and pockets the silver, probably for use at the tavern later.
Well, thank you kindly.
10 gold isn't too much to see a demonstration of new magic.
True.
Okay. So, anyone else in the party? Susan, Bouge?
Bouge has no money.
Which is why we camp in the church.
Lissy needs some food.
Well, I don't have
There's
any
the
more
woods.
funds, so
Can
you
we
want
buy
to go
some
ask them?
cabbages?
Do you want to go ask
Does
the,
Lissy eat cabbages?
do you want to go ask?
Cabbages, Lissy?
Making a knowledge check and an animal handling, and take the higher of the
No,
two.
that's my dice.
I'm gonna go find the lizard sellers and see if they're still open.
Should have done that before we left. Oh well. I mean, it's on the way to the
Oh, 18
Okay.
Norwich.
for that animal handling.
You get the feeling that giant lizards can eat some plants, that usually they eat small animals like rabbits or squirrels or imps or
It needs some meat.
I mean, isn't there the forest nearby?
Let's go to the forest.
I don't know anything.
Okay. Does anyone go with Lissy into the forest, or is she just trundling off with
I don't know if she's going by herself.
with Susan?
If Susan's going with her, then I'll just head back to the people that had the lizards in the market. Ask if if they're still there and open. See if they're still open.
Yeah, it's still early afternoon. The
Okay.
market's not closed.
Cool. Gonna wander back over there. And going to ask
It is
them-
getting a little bit later because you stood there to watch the sword be made, but
Well, I helped him with the sword.
yeah. But
Yeah, I'm gonna-
it's about 4:30.
Yeah, he's gonna wander back over to them and ask them if they know how to feed a giant lizard.
Well, it didn't die while it was with us.
What'd you feed it?
Well, we fed it chickens. We fed it. Well, it did get loose once and ate a few of our small lizards. But chickens, lizards. We had a day without without any animals, and she was fine for a day or so with the beets and radishes from our neighbor's cart, but she didn't seem too happy with it.
Okay, cool. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
We'll take good care of Lissy.
Okay.
I just see
Or
Lissy
not
headed
dragon.
toward the forest.
Turn around, watch Lizzie go. She'll
With
fine.
Susan.
They'll be fine. Head back to the rest of the group. Tell them that Lizzie is off to get on a feeding trip with Susan.
If you are headed hunting, Artemiles will head out of town with you. He's not necessarily the best hunter, but he's at least well trained in it.
Susan's
Yeah.
just gonna be like, squirrel, throw dagger.
They probably hit it.
Probably.
Okay. I want you to make a survival check.
Oh yeah, that's what you would need for that. Susan's probably gonna be less good at that.
And she had a plus 4.
18.
Okay. Without searching too long, you're able to keep Lizzie quiet so it doesn't trump through the forest and scare off everything. You come up on a little forest glen, and inside it you can see a rabbit and a squirrel and
Okay.
small green snake.
I'm gonna try and get the rabbit with my dagger.
1 second. 1
Okay.
second.
Make an attack roll for are you throwing it or trying to walk up and stab it?
I'm trying to throw it.
Okay.
Ooh, 11.
Okay.
I rolled an 11.
Oh, wait, what's my attack?
What did you use?
She threw the dagger, so it would be Dex with proficiency.
Would be.
Your dex is plus 4.
There we go.
Plus your proficiency is
7. Oh, that's 18. Wait,
no
21?
21.
Yeah, 21 hits. Roll damage. It's a D4 plus modifier.
5.
Okay. You are able to throw the dagger, and you hit the rabbit perfectly. It drops and stops moving. Make a stealth roll.
25.
Okay.
Just tell me what you want.
Neither the snake nor the squirrel appears to have noticed.
No, what do you want to watch? No, what do you want to watch?
Okay. Do you want to try to hunt anything else where they haven't noticed you?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit the squirrel.
With the dagger.
With a dagger.
6 plus 7, 16.
Yeah, 13.
Okay, that does miss the squirrel. And it doesn't notice the knife.
You really missed that squirrel. Didn't even know it was there.
Artemilius sees you trying and decides to see if he can stealth up to it. Okay, that's a 21. Squirrel says yes. He is able to move over and he will attempt to grab the squirrel. He reaches down and the squirrel is able to break out of its grasp, even though it hadn't noticed him there.
Well, you notice a lot of things when they grab you.
And it looks up and doesn't notice him. It managed to break the grapple without noticing that there's
It really likes the nut it's eating.
This is a
This squirrel deserves to die.
This is a real whatever his name is.
Lissy just watched over.
Yeah, can Lissy do it?
Lizzie, make a bite attack roll for Lizzie at this point. Plus 4, I think, is your modifier.
8.
The squirrel just doesn't care. Doesn't know what hit it, but doesn't care.
I don't remember what the name of the squirrel off Ice Age is, but
Oh, Scrat.
Yes.
Scrat, he's very obsessed with this.
Yes.
We have a real scrat here. It's not noticing anything, but also not dying to. Let's see. The snake does slither off into the forest.
I mean, to be fair, she was a little for it.
Susan, seeing what Artemilius is doing, is going to go try and also grab the squirrel.
Okay. Make a grapple.
Stealth.
Oh.
12 was the stealth. Oh, wait. Am I doing a grapple?
No. He's
For
doing it
stealth.
still.
The squirrel does notice you now, but you can attempt to grab it. Make a dex.
8.
Okay, the squirrel scampers off into the trees.
Well, at least we got the rabbit.
That one scene where Scrat actually notices that there's other things happening.
So, you do feed the rabbit to Lissy then?
Yes.
Lissy seems satisfied for now, at least.
See, I told you I'd get you some food. Can I ride you back? I'm going to ride you back.
You hop up. You do notice that Artemilius has always walked quickly, but he's pretty easily out pacing Lissy. So he makes it back to the city before you, and then waits for you to ride your lizard back in. And you're not stopped as you come into the city on the large lizard.
Apparently it's normal at this point.
Either that or the guards are busy with something else.
It's definitely that one. They're still cleaning up the market.
It's been a day.
So,
Oh goodness.
now that we have our hunting foray done for the day, we were going to go through the list and attempt to learn each other's ritual casting.
I guess on the way there.
Where do you want to go to learn?
I was going back to the temple.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang out in the church.
The church.
As SD sees where you're headed, he says, I don't really feel comfortable there.
Do you have a better option?
Yeah, do you want to come back to my house?
Where exactly does that lie?
Oh, it's over there, about 3 houses down from the blacksmiths. Pretty much everyone here in town knows me.
True.
I'm keeping with you anyway, so.
True. That should work for now.
Okay. You enter SD's house, and he looks over his shoulder and says, "Lawrence, we're back." You hear a high-pitched, nasally voice from the other room. "What? Why are you here? Wait, who's weird?"
This is Lawrence.
Yeah. Told you not to come by with company without letting me know. With that Lawrence, he'll be fine. He's my communications mage. I keep him around to run messages and stuff.
Leo, can you make sure Xena's not getting in trouble?
It's okay, Lawrence. We'll stay in the back room. Fine then.
As long as she's not opening the cases and messing with the CDs.
Okay, but fine then. I won't disturb you. Try not to disturb me. You head into the back room of the small house, and you see a cleared out space. It looks to have candles set up. Looks kind of spooky for all intents and purposes. You see a smudged circle on the ground. But let's see. If you're curious about the circle, I'll let you make an Arcana check.
Not bad. Bad habit. Let's see. Oh yeah, 19.
Okay. So you have not learned the spell, but you figure that it's part of the circle used for summon familiar. Find familiar. So you don't get any like crazy "we're going to be summoning entities in the next minute or two" vibes. And SD goes back to a cupboard and opens it up, and you see all sorts of crazy magical components.
Fun.
Pretty much anything that you think you might need to do some of your basic spells, you're going to have access to. And he says, "Okay, let's get down to it." I'm not super good with magic, so I would guess it'll take about a day per spell that we look at. We'll trade. We can take turns.
Sounds good to me.
I find that if I don't pick things up right off the bat, I usually don't pick them up at all. So
True.
Okay. Skills. What spell would you like to learn of his first?
What were the options?
He has Detect Magic, Find Familiar, Feign Death.
Familiar that knows identify.
I'll find someone. I'll pick it up next time. I know I'm a useless wizard.
Xena, that's a no. I'm not in, so you guys can keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do detect magic, I guess.
Okay. This is a level 1 spell,
Good place to start then.
and it's
You want to watch
fast.
Willy Wonka?
So what will you offer to trade
What do I have?
for Detect Magic?
I have comprehend languages, which is also first level.
Perfect. That sounds great. Make an. Are you you're proficient in Arcana, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Should be. Oh yeah, I'm proficient in Arcana. I just said it.
Make an Arcana check.
A 7 is a 13.
Okay.
Pause. Pause. Pause.
Okay.
So,
Our goblin has made off with Susan and Bouge, but we are going to finish the episode seeing what spells are learned by SD or by Tamira. With her roll of 13 for a level 1 spell, she is able to learn Detect Magic. It does take a whole day to do so. And SD will work on Comprehend Languages. And he got a 14. And so he will successfully learn Comprehend Languages in the same period of time.
Cool.
Okay. So 1 day has passed learning spells. The rest of the party is able to forage for Lissy and do other things around town while they are working on this. Day 2.
I have a first and a third.
Okay. He has a first and a third as well. So
Okay. I do the third.
okay. Starting bright and early the second day, they work on their hardest spells each. And you attempt to learn to feign death.
21.
Okay, you are able
Or
to
22 actually.
yeah, you are able to learn and add feign death to your
That was right.
spell book.
Tiny head is my spell.
And he, with a 12, is unable to grasp what's the
Tiny head.
grasp tiny hut. It just isn't making quite sense to SD.
Okay. Don't do
Tiny
that.
Head is the first level. Is the first level spell.
Tiny head is not a first level.
Okay. Shows you what I did.
And
It shows up
that
in your
does
search here.
take the second day.
Okay.
The third day, Tamira attempts to learn Find Familiar
10.
and is unsuccessful.
Ah, shucks.
He gets a 24
Oh,
on
he learns illusionary script.
Illusionary Script. So, they were successfully able to compart knowledge and both learned 2 new spells out of the exchange. The rest of the party has been going around the city doing what they need. We will start next session, but next week we will start out with Bouge receiving a message, or sending, asking if Dane has arrived safely.
It's been 3 days.
That they would have expected him to arrive that morning. This is the evening of the third day.
In that time, I'll put out a message, by the way,
Yes.
an illusionary script.
Okay.
Just saying where we were and where to meet. So.
Okay, so there is a illusionary script at the blacksmith's
Yeah.
with a note specifically for Dane if he arrives.
Yeah. And only he can read it. Everyone else, it looks like a offer for blacksmith services.
The blacksmith probably raised an eyebrow at why there's an advertisement for blacksmith services at his place,
It's for
but
him.
but since you put it up, he isn't too worried about it. And we will start with the party trying to figure out where Dane has ended up next time. Thank you for joining us for episode 13, and we'll see you next week.
I mean,